All right, so this all right, so I'm going to go over a little bit of what's going on right now. Um Time management. This is, so 2 weeks ago, I went on vacation for a week. We went to Gatlinburg with the kids and the in-laws and leading up to that, I had been working 14 hours, 12, 14 hours a day, pretty much every day for like 2 months. Some days would not be full days, but I was working every day. It was honestly the most I had been working since back in the day when I was like on American Idol and in Hollywood, and it was busy, and I not only was it busy, but I just had a lot of energy about career, and I used to work when we started the studio, me and Greg. I mean, we were working 70, 80 hours a week in and week out, and just, it was all world domination, man. But the last number of years since I left LA, I've toned down my work, and it also had to do with having kids, and but but the last few months I had really ramped it back up, and I was working at a pace that I hadn't worked at since Hollywood, and I got to be honest with you, it felt good. It was good. It was productive, and I was still ping ponging around my life because I've got kids that are in baseball and whatever, band camp and flag football and cub. There's all kinds of stuff going on. So I can't just check out. But leading up to leaving, I had this goal, like, all right, I want to get, I usually work on anywheres from like 4 to 6 records at a time, and they're all in varying levels, they're all in varying spots, also varying involvement. Some of them are, I do a lot of kids, like a lot of Disney kids, and I do everything. I write the songs, I play the songs, I track everything, produce, mix, like everything. And then some of them are like, maybe a band that all I got to really do is just, some production, but they already know what they want. Kind of just don't screw it up and, mix it or whatever. So I always have usually kind of 4 to 6 of these going at one time. So about 2 months ago, I just started going hard. I'm like, I got to get myself caught up. For a number of reasons. One of them, I have to do this licensing thing at the end of the year here. Music, I have to write put a library together. So I wanted to get everybody caught up before I went on vacation, so that when I got back, I could get my momentum going. Well, I came back what's today? Like a week ago, I think. This is like my first week back, and it's been weird. I've kind of lost momentum, and so yeah. So, but and then also in the midst of it. So what's today? Thursday. So Sunday night, we were just having problems getting the mix template in and getting mixes to work because we're running Pro Tools 2020 with the HDX, which gives you 256 voices, which are tracks, mono tracks. That's at 44.1, but at 88.2, it's like 128. So I've got pop records with stacks of vocals, and I've got my template. It was just a bad scene. So I was degrading my template kind of Friday, Saturday, and into Sunday, and then Sunday or Saturday night, my assistant Jace, we were talking, and he's like, why don't you go to Pro Tools 2021? And I was like, well, I can't, I talked about this in the other video. I thought I couldn't because I thought it didn't work with Catalina. And he's like, well, I'm running it with Catalina. Needless to say, I looked into it. It works. So Monday morning, I get up after, I contacted Sweetwater and talked to them. And I also posted up on the Duck and on the Avid Facebook group. So, because it takes a little bit of nerve to do this. Well, it takes a little bit of nerve for me because, of all the things that I am good at, these types of things I'm getting better at and I'm getting good at them, but I'm still like there's still a part of me that has like residual wounds from screwing up, and I've blown up my rig in the past. If anybody's ever done updates when they shouldn't have, they know what I'm talking about. And it's one thing to blow up your iPhone, it's another thing to blow up your tower that is your work, which I've blown both of them up, but not so much anymore. I'm good. But so Monday morning I get up, I do Pro Tools 2021, goes smooth as hell, and I fire it up, and I have 2,046 tracks, 48 tracks. Let me see what it says here. Hold on. And it doesn't matter what the sample rate is. It's just crazy. Playback engine, 2,048. It's just nuts, man. So then Monday I kind of rebuild back up my template the way I wanted to. I wanted to simplify it anyway. You'll see it here. It says mixed template, temp light. It's a little bit lighter, but anyway, and along with that, redoing the I/O. And honestly, this whole thing took about 2 days because I would bring it back to a certain thing, and then I would think, oh wait, I did that. I don't want to do that. And then I would go in and fix it. And I'm mixing an entire record and 2 EPs, right? So every time I make a change, I want to re-import, the I/O as it is at that point, and then bring in any tracks that have been added, just so that these records that I'm on right now are current. And it's important to me, especially 2 of them in particular are going to be ongoing things. So I want to be at ground zero. It seems like crazy, but it really isn't. Well, maybe it is. One of them is just a pop single. It's a one-off, so it's not a big deal. But the other 2 are full deals. So I rebuild that over the next... Anyway, what I'm getting at is I got up this morning and I had some texts like, I want to hear the song before I travel on Saturday. And I'm like, all right, man. Oh my God, I got to get it. I got to get back. So you know what I did? I'm going to show you guys what I did. And this is always what saves me. Always, always, always. And so I'll show you this too. So I'm old school, as they say. OG. I've got an old day planner, day timer, or whatever they call it, and it's a full week, and I write everything in, and I've got credit cards, my checkbooks. I mean, I'm kind of old school, but there's a reason why I like this. I don't like the phone because doing the calendar and the phone it's too slow. This is quicker for me. Plus, I'm a lot of times teaching piano or teaching and playing piano, and I'm writing with one hand. The phone, it's too slow. Plus, this, when I open it, I see the whole week because it's not so much that I know exactly what's going on in each day specific. I have to get a feel of the week, right? So if I see that I've got 8 students in a row on Wednesday, or Tuesday, which happens almost every week. Tuesday's a big teaching week. That's 8 straight hours of teaching voice, no breaks, one after another. And it can be a little grueling. It's very intense, right? Not intense, but it's just, But then Wednesday can get the same way. And then if all of a sudden somebody says, "Oh, can we do a lesson Thursday morning?" Then I got to go, all right, well, hold on. Let me see, because, I got to get a sense of where my week is going. So needless to say, and this morning I started teaching at 6 a.m. because my 6 a.m. is a girl in Singapore. So that's 13 hours ahead. So that's 7 p.m. for her. So, my schedule's a little bit weird. I teach a number of very early mornings because I have students in Australia, Japan, Singapore, and then usually my Europeans, like I have a couple in England right now, a bunch in England, and I have one in Scotland, and I have one in like Eastern, like Sedona, some of those Eastern, like Poland area. Those usually are just morning and then it's their night. Or I go late and then it's their morning. I don't know why I'm getting into this, but so realizing, see, I've kind of screwed this video up. I'm rambling, but just to get a picture, right? So I have a to-do list that's on my desktop. You can see it right here. And it's got everybody. But what I did this morning when I realized that, like, I have to get after it is this is what I did. I scheduled in when I'm doing what, right? Thursday morning, that's 10 a.m. I'll start when I get done with this video. I'll start a little early. I've got to edit some BGVs for Izzy. Then at 4 o'clock, I start mixing, but between like 11 and 4, I'm teaching. Then 4, I've got Plastic Angels. I'm mixing the first song, Prodigal Son, and then I'm going right into mixing the first Eleanor song, Survivor. This is like pop rock, the Plastic, and then Eleanor is like more like pop, like not Ariana. I don't know what it is, but and then so that's like today, and it's in there, and it's like I got to stay on point, right? And Friday, 10 a.m. Scooter Page. I'm mixing the first song of the record. I've already mixed actually the first song, which we made a template, and then we flew that into the other 10 songs. But I'm gonna mix the first song of the 10. Because Saturday morning he's flying to New York and he wants to bring it and listen to it on his phone. So that was the one thing I had to switch because I had Scooter for Saturday, and I was like, all right, well, I'll move you to Friday. And then Saturday morning I have to mix Izzy's Thinking About Her, which is the title track from her record, which the first single was released about a week ago, but this is actually going to be the title track. So that's the BGVs that I'm editing here on Thursday. I'll then be mixing that first song on Saturday. And then Chris track acoustic and electric guitars. This is a full 11-song country record that's for a new label. Very important. I got to get... So yesterday, actually, we spent about 3 hours here getting the acoustic guitar sound. And let me tell you something. I had a bad patch cable. I had a bad TT patch cable. Man, these TT patch bays. I remember when I was a kid, I used to go into big studios and I'd be like, man, one day I want to have a TT patch cable, patch bay. Because to me, it signified great. It's 48, it's this, SSL, whatever. Well, I've had a bunch of them. I had a stack of them at my console. And they're a pain in the ass, so... watch what you pray for, right? But so then Saturday, after I get done mixing Thinking About Her, which that'll take me probably 3 hours, 2-3 hours, because I've already got the template's already in it. It's ready to go. It's leveled. I just gotta go in and throw the hammer. And then Chris, I've got to track acoustic guitars and then start electrics. And then Sunday, I put question mark because Sunday's a day. My kids, my wife's at work and the kids are home and it's Sunday. So it depends. Like if we decide we want to go do something in the afternoon, like go to the batting cage or go to the zoo or whatever, then I'll make this like 7 a.m. I'll get up, work out, get right in here, work till 3. And then I've got Chris, guitars, and then Gita writing. And I've got to type out the lyrics. We have one song that another songwriter wrote the lyrics for, which I have like a photo of her handwritten, so I got to take it and make it into a Word doc. And then Monday 9 a.m. I'm going to be mixing Plastic and Izzy all day, and once I get that under control, I'm going to pick back up on Chris's guitars. I've got to finish 3 songs. So my point is, this was at the top, which is Isabel, BGV edit, Chris track this, mix Survivor, but it wasn't like a pinpointed thing. Like you're gonna do this Eleanor mix on Thursday at 4, right? It's just Eleanor mixes, dude. This is what I just changed it to. And this is the reason I'm showing you this. And guys, you can watch all the videos you want about plugins and all the videos you want about all this stuff. I don't think there's anything that's singularly more important than this. Because if, especially being like artist, producer, half of us are self-employed, it's really easy to, go, oh, let's why, let's get on Netflix and order pizza or whatever, So scheduling in and defining the time and leaving yourself enough wiggle room, and then obviously things can adapt if all of a sudden the Scooter song is really sounding good and I'm taking it all the way and I go late, and then Saturday maybe I start at 12. So, it's you're kind of adapting as you go. But this is the expectation, is by Monday night that I have all 3 of Plastic Angel's songs mixed. I have Isabel's 2 songs that are up to be mixed are done, and I've got a good grasp on Chris's tracks, the guitars on 3 songs. And then, Geets has got to be written. So, but there it is. So that's just kind of I just wanted to share that because I got up this morning and I was like, I woke up and I was like, oh my God, I got to get my act. Like I got to get my pound on, like I got to get my pound on, because being self-employed and this, there's, it's pounding. You've got to pound through things and just be relentless. Anyway, that's it. And yesterday, getting those acoustic guitar sounds, good Lord, I bought 2 of those Slate VM1s, whatever it's called, like their black microphone that goes with the software. Yeah, I think that thing is killer, man. I put them nose to nose in XY and played my acoustics. I did my Taylor and my Martin, and I set it up with the 2 of them, panned in Pro Tools with the VMR, the virtual mix rack set up with, the whatever it is, I can't think, the virtual mic system. He's got so many. I don't know. Steven's got a lot of these acronyms, but anyway, I set it up with the Sony C800M. There's a Sony C800 and a C800M. The C800 is super bright. The C800M is still kind of bright, but it's got more sheen. It's got more ooh underneath it. Well, needless to say, the C800M with the Neve preamp in the VMR, stereo, like left and right, with man, it was lights out. It sounded so good. It was incredible. And then you went and put just the 1 track, which is cool. But on some of Chris's songs, again, we're back on this country record right here where it says track acoustic. Some of these songs are completely built on the acoustic. So I want the acoustic to be really nice and big. And then there's going to be a lot of songs where it's just strumming acoustic and maybe I just do a single or throw my 87 up and just go with it. It's not critical. And the thing is, I have my Martin, which is full and big, and then I have my Taylor that's like this different thing. Sometimes the Taylor's nice in denser tracks for almost like a shaker. It gives like a rhythmical thing because it doesn't have all this like low mid character big thing. It's more lean. But a lot of times if I want it, the acoustics the song, then the Martin's more the thing. Also, I liked his voice with the Martin personally. I thought that they flattered or they complemented each other, where it felt like Taylor somehow oddly sounded similar to his voice. Like there was a certain quacky, like a certain mid-range thing in both the Taylor and Chris's scratch track, and I was like, I like it on the vocal. I didn't necessarily like it on the guitar, so we opted to use the Martin. So, and then I want to tell you guys one more funny thing. and then we're gonna wrap this. I have this student at 6 a.m. on Thursday mornings. It's the girl in Singapore. It's Friday 7 p.m. for her. I'm literally teaching in the future. So in case anybody needs lessons on like how do you work in the future, you can call me. I know how to work in the future. But so she was, we took her off of this Thursday. Her dad had texted or messaged me and said, something's up with school. She can't. So it was off all week. It was crossed out. Last night she emailed me. She's like, "Hey, can we do tomorrow because now something changed?" I said, "Oh, no problem." So I wrote it down there, set my alarm, got up this morning at 5:30. And was like, I don't feel like I couldn't remember. I didn't even think that I had my lesson with her. I should have, I don't know what I should have done, but in the future I'll tape something to my phone. So I just laid there, dozed off, woke back up. I remember it was 6:23, and I was like, "Oh my God, I have her at 6!" Oh! So I went on to Skype right in bed, and she showed up as like, "Hi, I'm here." So I clicked it. She came on. I said, "Oh my God, I totally screwed it up." I said, "I totally forgot." I even got up and it didn't even occur to me that we were doing this. So I said, "Just give me like 10 minutes. I'll get my act together. I'll get out to the studio, get everything on." Anyway, we did the lesson. It was okay, but you get the gist. So I don't know. That was a funny story. And all right, I'm going to show you this real quick, and then we're wrapping. Chickity check yourself before you rickety wreck yourself. All right. So template, I brought back a few things that I had taken away, and I think I'm going to do a template thing this weekend, and then I'll upload this template. So obviously, if you have Pro Tools, you can open the template, and you'll see. I mean, if you don't have this SSL channel strip, it'll gray out and just show not available. But then you could put whatever channel, if you've got the Waves one or you've got the UAD API or whatever, you just put whatever channel strip. But you can kind of see the layout. So what I did was I added back drums big. And it took a little bit of work because then I had to refinagle the I.O. and change some things. But now it's all perfect, all in line. And sometimes you can just automate this for one hit. Bam, you just want a little bit bigger. I think it's a Valhalla! Yeah. And these are just generic settings. You'll dial it in once you get into whatever mix. Right. And then I brought back in the V-Air. So I was dismantling a little bit of this template because I was running out of voices, but now I got look at this. Who's excited? 2048 sound. Oh, no, sorry. What am I doing? What did I just do? I'm sorry. No, it was there. Voices 2048. I mean, anyway. It's unbelievable that I didn't, look at this. You hit play. It's not even doing anything. Before going to 2021, this whole HDX, all these lines would be they'll all be just ah! And then, you open up an Omnisphere and the whole thing crashed. Anyway, so brought back V-Air, which is this revival, and it's kind of like an air band. It's really nice on vocals, pop vocals, and it's just great. This is just a great plugin. I don't know, it's just great. I also brought back Voc Clean, so this is the Brauer multi-bus, and I've got 1176, the LA2, and the Distressa. And then I have a Voc Clean, which passes just the straight signal, so you can get blends and whatever. And then I went back here, and this was kind of the bane of my existence. This took a while to get right. Because I kept naming things wrong. But I brought back, I had just gone to BGV. It was called Hall and Echo. I'd gotten rid of the room. I'd gotten rid of the mod. I'd gotten rid of all this, just to try to simplify it. But I went back to Room, which is, this Soft Tubes is a great reverb. And then this I just call Verb. So it's called, this is Long Concert, but you would adjust it. And then Echo is repeater. That's great. Thank you, Austin Hall, for that idea. And then mod, I just have the Air mod. That's just, it's almost more of a placeholder, though it does sound good. So I added that, and then coming down here, after my effects, this is all vocal effects. I've got throw 1, throw 2, and throw stereo. And then you can see it here. It's throw 1 aux, throw 2 aux, and then throw stereo. And those I can just slide over, and we'll get into that. But that's cool. I love mixing like that. Anyway, that's it. So, right, it's 9:34. So I'm actually going to get a head start on. I'm going to get a head start on Easy BGVs. So I've got to teach at 11. It gives me almost an hour and a half. It's only like 4 lines. It's going to be easy. So, look at that. The heat is on. Okay. So, done. Anyway, I just wanted to kind of say hey about all that. And, yeah, that's it. So, yeah, peace. Oh, yeah. Yeah, get your punch lists, and this is very important. To me it's the single most important thing for me anyway. Just because I can drift, and I go through phases where I can go hard and then I back off, and and then you got plates spinning, and you got it's so this is really important to me. And again, especially being self-employed, right? We're not here, at Blackbird, and I'm at work, and I've got to do this. I'm by myself, so it poses some unique challenges. So that's it. Peace.